Michael Malloy here. I wanted to discuss with you what I just discussed with Command in the Marine Corps. The revolution has started, I would say today, tonight. It's very clear who our enemy is and who we are. And we have mobilized because we trust each other, because we have followed the virtues, established trust. We have learned to signal each other to see who are real people. No signal's the same, but we can tell they're real signals. And it's like watching a baby deer stand on their legs for the first time. The sounds and the signals are awkward. The people who are trying to connect with good people, it's hard to establish space because we're so used to always repelling each other out of normalcy. We just repel even the people we love and even the people who are on our side. And people are really making an attempt to not attract, but harmonize with each other. Give each other their space, but we're starting to recognize each other because we don't have anything in common except we're alive. We're different. The only thing we have in common with that other group of people is that they have nothing in common with us. Does that make sense? It should make sense because that's how it is. Okay? This is an example. You're at a riverbed. Okay? Bunch of smooth stones. Everywhere they're smooth, skipping stones from the river. And there's another smooth stone, everything looks stone. Then you see a lava rock, a jagged lava rock. Okay? And you go, that's an ally. Then you see a quartz with the crystals growing out of it. Somehow it appears. That's an ally. Smooth stones everywhere else. That's the enemy. The enemy takes on the appearance of Lucifer. Okay? Lucifer is this kind of like pretty boy, like sexless male with body, with big blue eyes, and he's like kind of dead. He's like dead alive. That's that look they have. Okay? Like the dead inside look, and they're trying so hard to be physically beautiful. Okay? That's the enemy. They're trying to be artificially smooth, wrinkles, fake this, fake that, and they always look perfect, buff, and the clothes are always perfect. They think that's beautiful. Okay, you know what's beautiful? That's beautiful. You want to know why that's beautiful? Because Anthony Kiedis from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, when he sang Under the Bridge or something, his teeth was fucked up too, and I was like, fuck yeah, dude, he's got a fucked up tooth, and the rest of them are perfect, just like mine. That I connected with. If he had perfect grill, I'd be like, you know what, that guy has fake teeth. He probably took his Red Hot Chili Pepper money and bought a fake grill so he looked all beautiful like Lucifer. But he didn't. Okay? That's fucking Cholo. He knows LA. In the Cholo culture, we look for that. Because none of us are perfect in the Cholo or skinhead culture. We all have scars, one eye's bigger than the other one, or we have fucked up teeth, or like one side of our face is weird or whatever. That's Marine Corps shit, dude. That's enlisted ranks. That's the Cholos, Skins, and the Marines. We're fucking ugly, right? We're rocks and fucking sticks. That's the working class. It's beautiful now, okay? We've always been told that we're ugly. We're not. We're beautiful because we have unique features, because we're Hispanic or because we're black, because we have a big nose, because we're Middle Eastern, or Jewish, or a big nose because I'm fucking half Mexican. These are beautiful, distinguishing marks that represent cultures that are thousands, if not millions of years old. Arabic cultures is where mankind came from. The Fertile Crescent in Mesopotamia. They weren't even Arabic. They were older than Arabic. They were like, I don't know, Phoenician or something. I don't know. That's where writing came from. That's where math and algebra comes from. These are ancient cultures, pre-Christian, pre-Hebrew. And the features of these people still remain. And the features tell the story, the ancient history of these many different cultures. Like the stars in our flag. The stars in our flag, that's not just 50 states. That's like 100 different cultures that make the United States. Okay? We know that from the street. We know that from Cholo culture. Cholos are probably the most out of any group. You got the big tall guy, and you got the little guy, and you got the little guy, and you got the fat belly, and Cholos look like cartoon characters. And that's the fucking best to party with those guys. They're the funniest guys. Because in high school, we used to sit in a circle, and we'd throw rips across the circle, pick each other apart about everything. They call me short, or they call me all kinds of bad shit, right? Because we all had Mexican culture. Everybody has like expressive features, and big teeth, and big eyes, your head. But that's like what makes us, I don't know, like a wild group of animals, and that's how we've always been. And that's what I brought to the skinhead culture when I started getting involved past couple years. I brought the wild Indian out in people because I'm a tracker and a hunter, and I'm an urban assault vehicle for the most part. I'm like a tank with wings. I strike hard. I strike fast. I'm mean. I'm quick. And if I got to hit you, I'll hit you fucking hard. And then I'll be gone. But I'd rather have fun. So what I'm trying to tell you is this. Our revolution, our people, we're not one type of person. That's why I said the power goes to communities. Because there's 50,000 communities in the United States, and each one already is its own little social ecosystem, not functioning that well right now. But look how everybody fucking snapped together pretty quickly when everybody was empowered instead of rendered powerless. Tyrants like Donald Trump, Hitler, they render you powerless, okay? The reason I knew how to be the right kind of skinhead is because I watched The Wall like 100,000 times, okay? And there's so many things I have in common with The Wall. I'm that little kid with the long jacket and the shorts. I will always be that kid. And then had problems with his mom, problems with his wife, problems with his teachers. Dad died military. He got all kinds of power. But what did he do? He turned into a fascist dictator with it. He ruled through fear. He was the center of attention. He was Donald Trump. But I hate these people. I hate, like you got all the skins. But the skins are just breaking tables. They didn't represent anything good. The skins on the wall are the Nazi skins. They all they know how to do is destroy. They don't build. They don't build anything. They don't build alliances within their own culture. Nazi skinheads, alt-right, whatever, alt militias, all those guys, fake militias, they're always factioning off and attacking each other for like one or two differences. They're just as fascist as anybody else. They miss the point entirely. You don't control. God is in control. I couldn't control what happens in Savannah, Georgia during this war. I wouldn't want to. How the fuck can I do it? I don't even have a car. I have $0 for my phone, internet, I don't know. What I have faith in Southern culture. I have faith in rednecks in Savannah, Georgia. I know they know what to do, and they've been waiting to do it for a long time. All I had to do was tell them to fucking do it, and they did it. I know they did it. I haven't heard or read any news, but in my heart, I know they're doing it. Because Americans are very united people, but we've been taught to hate each other. Because Lucifer has been in control of our country for a long time. embodied in Donald Trump. Look at his family. Look at what's Jared Kushner. That guy's like Lucifer, okay? Waxy, he's all no emotion, he's all trying to be perfect, he's all who is that guy? What does he do? What role did he have in the Israeli peace talks? Money managing? Was he a part of the government? Was he a registered part of the government? Who is this guy with this gray pallor who's like all the time? That's the enemy. Those type of people. They're all fake, and they have these big empty houses with like manicured lawns, and just no kids running on them. You know, no plastic wading pools on them. I'd rather have a little shitty backyard with a plastic wading pool with a bunch of friends fucking drinking sodas, having barbecue, than have a huge manicured lawn, all perfect and empty and lonely. And that's how those people are. They work so hard to cut everybody off. Listen up, Newport Beach. They work so hard to cut everybody off and burn everybody and take everybody else's shit and fuck them out of their fucking savings and everything like that so they can buy this big ass house that's empty. And they can't even live in it. They're so lonely in it. So they go and buy another house in another place. I know that. I've lived in Newport my whole life. I wanted to live in those houses at the beach, but they're empty. And they can't live in them because they're so, I can tell how lonely they are with all that real weird crystal-y shit, and every fucking square inch of the house is filled like weird, like overspent money. That it's just sad. Sad. I'm living on rocks and water, a couple books, a bunch of military shit, rad colored pens, some feathers, some art, and some fucking cool shit, some plants. I'm having the time of my life. I've never been happier. I've never been more excited to get up. I don't even sleep, I don't think. I don't remember. We're in a war right now. Okay? Everybody is on a different level of this war. Okay? I'm very spiritual, very psychological. So the level I exist at, the level I'm in combat at, is very severely intense. It's from the outside, it would seem like nothing's going on, but in the inside, there's a constant bombardment from enemies that I need to deflect, decide if they're friends or enemies, decide if people I can trust. There's information being beamed to me. I need to check and see if it's real or not. I need to make police reports. I need to report to the FBI. I need to report to the Marine Corps. Got to try to find a girlfriend or a wife somehow. I don't know. That's fucking weird. And I need to communicate with you guys that whatever level you're fighting at, it's valuable. It's important. Like I said, with the disabled people, I'm disabled. That's what makes me think. Because I look at things very differently than most people. I look at very, very, very complex things very simply because I don't have limited resources. So I have to throw one rock and hit 10 targets because I only have one rock. Some people have 100 rocks, they can't hit a single fucking target. I can skip that son of a bitch across and hit all the goddamn 10 targets. The rock will come back. Because I'm resourceful. Because I've lived caged, restrained. And I knew that I should be free. I've been an angel my whole life, but I was restrained somehow. It was held back. And it was frustrating because I knew I could do so much if I was free, but I just could never find freedom. And one day I found it. And it was God. God freed me up. And then it's just gotten better and better. And as I've reached out to God and have absolutely let go of control, God has given me everything. That's how I knew the community command and control. That's what God would do. That's how God does it. God gives us free will because he trusts us. In trusting us, he empowers us, but he also gives us a responsibility to do it right, or he'll take it away. And I know this about communities. If some asshole out in Peoria, Michigan, is fucking up his community and he's acting like he's being all selfish and he's trying to do it for himself, he'll get his ass kicked. And somebody else will take over and run the community. Because the community is not just one dude. A community is moms, grandmas, everybody's a community. It's an ecosystem of people. And that's how nature works. And we're natural creatures. So we work the same way. We're ecosystems. Part of one giant ecosystem, which is the United States, part of an even bigger ecosystem, which is the world. But right now, we need to just focus on the United States because the way the United States has always worked, when we're healthy and strong, again, without exerting control, people look to us and see how we lead ourselves, and then they emulate us, our leadership styles, our attitudes, our bravery, our genuineness, our honesty, integrity, discipline, honor. We have these qualities in the United States, and they're in every one of us. And I unlocked them, and I told each and every one of you, you have it. I want to see it. I want to see it now. I don't want to hear any fucking excuses that you're not good enough because you're disabled. That went away. Oh, you're an alcoholic? Well, quit being a goddamn alcoholic. Oh, you have sins you're guilty of? Well, ask forgiveness and get on the fucking bus. I know a lot of people are fucked up out there. I'm fucked up. I made a lot of mistakes. Ask for forgiveness. Don't do it again. And you're cool. Don't get all guilty and shamed and all that, and then you become a fucking ganker. And you feel all shamed and ashamed, so then you go shaming other people thinking that's going to get you out, your way out. That's what happened at Point Loma Nazarene. Okay? I was raised Catholic. No Protestant's going to out-shame a Catholic. Okay? I know what shame is from my own fucking mom. The most gnarliest Catholic in the world. Bless her heart. So when these Protestants try to come at me all side shaming, it's weird, like, ew, like Illuminati style. I was like, first of all, you guys are going to have to work on that shame because it seems real, like, creepy and, like, from another planet or something. I don't know, dude. It's not like, it wasn't like good old Catholic shame, say a couple Hail Marys and Our Fathers, you know? Like, P&L uses, like, we're going to shame you by teaching you that it's bad to be a perfectionist, but we're going to psychologically force you to be a perfect being while you're at the school. And if you're not perfect, we're going to shame you by making you read more books about how you're not supposed to be a perfectionist and then grading you on your perfectionism level of the papers. That's it in a nutshell. That's a scary place, Point Loma Nazarene. It's terrifying. I wrote a report to the FBI about that place today. I'm gonna have to take them to court for psychologically, spiritually abusing me because of my disabilities. Not giving me a chance to get my education like any other student because I'm different, because I'm loud, because I'm right, because I know the Bible more than they know the Bible. But I'm just not afraid to tell them the fucking truth. And I say the F word all the time, dude. I smoke cigarettes. I'm a wild fucking cannon, but I'm right all the time. So I can be. And if they would just listen to me, maybe they might learn. I was thinking maybe they're going to learn from me. I was thinking maybe I'd be a professor there someday. Nope. I want to shut that whole fucking place down, man. It's Illuminati capital of the whole entire planet, I think. I don't want to get into it, but that's where this whole thing started. When I started seeing perfect people, like the Pennywise song, right? Like Newport Beach, Laguna Beach. Everyone's all perfect and like everyone looks the same and their clothes are all matching and they're whatever. You know, it's like those are the bad guys. We were taught thinking that's what we have to look like. You look in all the fashion magazines and all the girls are like kind of dead and they look like guys, but they're girls and they don't have any tits and they're like all robot fucking tranny fucking aliens and shit. Like page after page after page. It's like I can't even look at that shit. I like chicks with big fat tits. They're all fucking bouncing all over, like out the side. Their butts have cheese on them. You fucking smack their ass. They're all, oh, give me more. I like that shit. I like chicks with one nipple's bigger than the other, and you just fucking grab on and hold them, and they fucking go nuts. Those are my people. Those are my girls. You know, I don't want a girl who's like perfectly fucking like everything toned and like her tits are all fake, and she's like you get her in bed, and she's like sits there like a fucking dead fish, like a fucking mannequin. That's not right. That's the enemy. And what they do these little fucking hand moves or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know what that is, but God told me today it's a very ancient initiation ritual for like Masonic lodges, and they They tell you what the next step is. If you follow somehow, if you catch what they're trying to tell you, it's a shaming thing. It shames you into thinking that if you don't follow the directions they're doing, that you're missing out. Okay? So they kind of lead you on this weird, gross, you know what I'm talking about, a weird, gross, like pinball thing where you feel the need to follow or else you're missing out. But what God also told me, it was a warning not to follow it. It's very ancient. It's an ancient code. It was warning you not to get involved in these Masonic lodges because they're satanic. Disguised as the initiation codes, they're teaching new initiates. Okay? So at the door, the first couple guys at the pyramid are kind of signaling you, hey, you don't want in here. And that's what they're doing. Okay? Because they're saying, we're here looking out for you, saying don't go any further. So we're going to make this look weird so that it makes you think not going there. Okay? Somehow, and I don't know how it happened, and I don't know how it functions, because we all see it. It's gross. You look at and see these people, it's weird. But like, it became really popular and easy to do. Doing these hand jankers or whatever when they go, weird. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm talking about. And it makes you feel gross. It's like, what the fuck is that? And like, you turn around and someone else is doing it. I mean, that's the fight we're fighting. That's it. They can't touch you. They can't throw nothing at you. That's the weirdest thing. This is a war of silence. It's a war of gestures and body language and body postures. You know how many people stand in my way and I mow them down? Because they try to fucking, like, oh, there's an angel. Let me see if I can get him to move. I'll mow their fucking bitch ass down. I was riding my bike today. There's a group of like 5 or 6 dudes. They thought they were all bad, right? Like young fucking tough guys, whatever. And I just kept riding my bike. And one guy had to fucking stick his arm like in the way. I just punched him with my hand wire, like with my hand. And I didn't even look back. I punched him right in the shoulder. I didn't give a fuck. He was in my personal space. He saw me coming on my bike. I didn't say a goddamn word, but he got fucking socked. You have to respect each other's boundaries. If you want to walk in my way or try to juke me, I'll fucking knock your shit out. I will. And I'll escape unfazed. I know how to fight in ways that you have no fucking idea. And I'll disappear. And there's other people like me out there. So just respect other people's space. We have to fight this war silently. We have to fight this war with confidence. Because they don't have confidence. That little juke game with the hands, they're trying to make you feel insecure so that you follow them. But they don't know where they're leading you. They just, I don't know how it works, but you know what I'm talking about. It's a gross feeling. But what happens, here's how Satanism works, okay? Satanism works on negativity, okay? Taking away. Satanism is nagging, ghosting. You have an opportunity to say something about you. That's Satanism, okay? And that's what they're trying to do. I go like that, and then you keep going, and then you feel like they got you because they didn't keep going with you, right? That's that feeling that you see out there, okay? What I can tell you is this. It's working against them. It's Satanism. Satanism hurts the Satanist. There is no benefit of Satanism. There's never, in the history of Satanism, has there been a Satanist who was successful and like won the fucking prize. Because you don't win the prize in Satanism. You go to hell. And the whole time you're on earth, you're in hell. Because everything's negative and everything's broken and there's no trust and you lead people down these paths and there's nothing there. I also about the Masonic Lodge is like this. There's like 33 steps or 13, I don't even know. But as you keep going from this initiate level where the first guys warn you to stay away, dumbasses follow that little hand game thing and keep going, hey, maybe there's something up the pyramid. You climb up the pyramid, there's a top, blah, 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 like a little fucking rat, right? You have to give up something at every level of that pyramid to get to the next level, okay? You have to kill somebody, you have to chop off an ear. I don't know how it goes, But you have to sacrifice some part of yourself and your soul to get to the next level. And I think at the top couple levels, you got to kill somebody or do something real fucked up to get that top level. And then God told me, then the other guys from the top level, you made it to the 33rd step or whatever, or 13th step. They take you to a room and you're by yourself, and they say the answers are in this box, right? And then they leave you, and you open the box and there's nothing in the box. And you had just killed somebody, and now there's nothing there. There's no answers because Satanism doesn't provide answers. So if you go down that rabbit hole with these people and you try to fight them that way, like outsign them and like fucking juke them and fucking like they're doing gas or whatever, you're not going to win. You're not going to out fucking snake them with the snake when they go like with the hands like that. You're not going to do it more than them to make them feel the chills. You're just going to start getting down that rabbit path because you're following ancient code, ancient hand gestures that are actually telling you don't follow these things. This is a warning from God's messengers who are secretly at the gates of this fucking hell pyramid. So, I know that doesn't make a lot of sense, but I know it makes a lot of sense to everybody else. That's all we're fighting. That's it. It's not like people are shooting guns or anything or throwing punches. It's this weird gesture vibe thing. It's a game of confidence. If you're confident, it doesn't bother you. I don't see it anymore. I've advanced. Like I'm a angel. It's called a throne. It's not a throne like a chair, but it's a throne of an angel. That's like a rank of an angel. And I'm brand new, so I'm not very good at it. But I was told not to react to those things anymore. I used to combat them, and I would fucking do a side juke and like that. I was told, no, you're an elevated being now. Yeah, that's going backwards if you even engage those people. So now I just fucking block them out, and I don't even see them anymore. It just looks like sad people going like this, like on the side of the street and shit. And I'm like, why are they doing that? I don't know what it is, but I can tell you it's satanic. It's really bad. And I feel bad for those people because they're all perfect looking. Notice, they're like perfect white boys and white girls that are all like all polished and shit. But they I don't understand it. But I do know you know what I'm talking about because it's clearly what's out there. It's clearly what's going on right now. There's also gases. People are releasing gases. I've been gassed a bunch of times. It's related. It's very complicated. That's the next level shit. But I'm telling you about street combat. Street combat. A couple weeks ago, I told people, like, you shoot them, because I used to do that. I just go up and go, pop, and fucking shoot them right in the head, and they do this look. And then you drop them, and but you know what? That only encourages them to get back and do it more to somebody weaker than you, to keep that little hand gesture fucking weird satanic thing going with somebody weaker than you. Because they have to build back up to somebody strong like you, and then they try to juke you, and the whole thing continues. A couple weeks ago, I was in the middle of this shit. I thought I was going to have to move out of state and fucking get away from it all. Then I realized the most icy, fucking cold ass move. Just ignore them. Just ignore them. If you're confident, they're not telling you anything. Keep in mind, what they're telling you is a warning not to follow them. They're warning you not to engage with them. They think they're getting one over on you. Okay? Because it's like, here's $1, and they juke it back, right? Like a fucking ghetto shit. So don't ignore them. Don't bang them. Don't fucking trip them up. Don't fucking beat them up. Just fucking ignore them, and they're going to fucking, I don't know what's going to happen. But I'm just trying to save our guys and girls' sense of well-being and peace of mind. Because it'll drive you crazy if you think about it. I know, because it drives me crazy. So that's all I have to say. I know it's complex. You guys may not even see this. But this is what's happening. Somewhere that type of Satanism became Luciferianism became really popular because it drew a lot of people in to keep trying to be perfect, 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 spend a lot of money, plastic surgery, fashion industry, blah, 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 blah. And people were guilted and vibed, nagged in. Girls were nagged into sleeping with you because you nagged them and you called them a fat, whatever. You called names and you go, oh, I don't want to fucking call you. And then she would chase you because I've had this chick and like I was trying to talk to her. I'd have to turn my back completely to her and then she'd come talk to me. And then she'd get bored and I'd have to turn my back again to her. My back of my head had to be to her for her to come talk to me. It was the fucking saddest thing. I was like, can't you just be normal? So that negging thing, and you know what I'm talking about, like back fishing, like, short sales. Shorting, I think in the market is the same thing. You bet that your stocks are going to fail or something like that. That is it. That is the game. So don't engage with it. Don't think you can get one over on it because the game is set up for you to not engage. That's how God designed it, for you to feel gross like you feel and to not want to go further. So if I learn more, I'll tell you. But this has been going on for a long time. And thanks for listening. This is a real thing. Like I said, I'm talking Marine Corps, talking FBI, talking to the San Diego Police Department, and I'm seeing some skins in the street. And I'm real proud of you guys, man. I just want to thank you guys. I saw 2 skins today, and I knew I was alone. Because I'm literally all alone here. I'm not alone. I have like 7 angels that visit me, that are me. And they're super cool because each one's totally different. And they're super fucking chill. Then they leave. But it's not like they leave me cold. It's like they just kind of cruise in. They're like, are you cool? I'm like, yeah. Next one comes in and it's like, cool. But humans, everybody's at war with the distance thing and you don't know. I was out there tying my shoes and I hear this right behind you. I look, there's a skin. He's one of my boys. And he was a gentleman. You guys picked up on it right away. He's, oh, pardon me, sir, I'm just walking through. I'm like, oh, well, hope you have a nice day. So I'm a little buzzed. I'm all, enjoy yourself. And he says, likewise. That was class. That's fucking street class. That's just respect to old gentlemen. Tip of the hat, like, good morning, sir. I know we got the street covered now, don't we? I didn't tell him what to do. I didn't ask him his name. I didn't care if he drank. I didn't give a fuck. I just saw that he was there. That's all that mattered to me. Those are my boys. Those are my motherfuckers in the street. I saw a dude at the store too. Totally different dude. He's all wild and crazy, scaring people and shit. I looked at him and he just like, he gave me one of those. I'm like, yeah. So we're mobilized. Because I know this resonates with you because I wouldn't be talking about it if it didn't, because God would shut me and he would shut my mouth and have me talk about something different. Because that's how I work. God drives me and has me do stuff all day. So, Michael Malloy, have a good day. Have a good night. God bless.